If you're a PlayStation fan, you're going to want to check this video out for sure. This is something that just broke today. I do want to point out that this is obviously something that is a bit of a rumor, so please keep it as a rumor and take it with a grain of salt, because obviously, you know, we're not sure about these things until they actually get announced, so we all have to kind of take them with a grain of salt and just kind of look at it and just say, hey, you know what, this could be true, and then talk about it as it is true, because I got to be honest, I like speculation talk, and I think that it's really one of the situations where you know, we all kind of want to speculate, and we all kind of want to like that kind of thing. And I think that it's just really important to kind of go into that, talking about these types of things. And this is very fun stuff. So I want to get right into it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Slap that like button. Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys very much. Again, what it all comes down to for video game consoles is the games, right? We want the games more than anything. The games are the most important part. Without the games, the rest is pointless. It really is. It's completely pointless and trivial, because obviously that's the main purpose of a video game console. Microsoft got hell for it when they came out with the Xbox One for focusing on things that weren't games, and as they should, you know, like that should be the main focus. Now, it looks like From Software is apparently working on a PlayStation 5 exclusive project, Velvet Veil. This is very interesting stuff, and I can link this, and you guys can check it out. Hopefully, let me know what you think. Again, I have to point this out because there's such a From Software following. The people that love this stuff, people that really love like Souls-type games and stuff like that, and I totally get it. Like, I do. I honestly get it, and I think that that's awesome. But at the same time, I also like to point out that these games usually aren't my cup of tea. But then again, I don't do everything on my channel based on what others like, or you know what I mean. It's like basically kind of, I'm not the only one. So, you know, if you guys like it, and I'm sure there's a lot of you that do, hey, more power to you. And I wanted to get into this strictly for you guys and girls out there. So let's go ahead. Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Elden Ring are a few of the names from games that actually come to our minds when we think about From Software. While the famous developer is still busy working on Elden Ring, releasing January 21st, 2022, a wild rumor has surfaced about the studio's next game. The rumor claims that From Software is working on a PlayStation 5 exclusive, which will be a spiritual successor to Bloodborne. The rumored title is codenamed Velvet Veil. The rumor apparently comes from a leaker who has also talked about Sekiro and Elden Ring being open world in the past. Again, this is, I'll take it with a grain of salt so far, but they have this big type of papers typed out with some redactions and things like that, basically talking about what is actually coming down the pipeline. And some of the more interesting parts about this is the fact that this guy has written about that. He talked about a Dark Souls remasters being in the work beginning in 2017. The next Souls in the series in development. As usual, the tech makes them cost them a year, as it was with Dark Souls 3. But anyway, prototype will be up and running soon. 2 words, open world. After this, let's see, open world. They had them changing them back again and blah, blah, blah. Let's see. What else do they have here? Oh, also they talk about, you know, this new game as well, because he's not English, so obviously trying to break this out and break it down is a little bit difficult. But the most important thing that I kind of take from this is this guy has been completely right. So logically, if From Software will release Elden Ring in January 2021, a new title in the early stages of development shouldn't be a surprise. However, all this is currently speculation, and everyone is currently looking forward to Elden Ring. Now, apart from new games, Sony Interactive Entertainment has been busy recently in bringing their old PlayStation exclusives to PC. The recent entry that made its way to PC is Days Gone, and it was praised a lot by PC fans and critics for being a great PC port. Now, more PlayStation exclusives are expected to arrive on PC. Bloodborne is among the hot contenders to be released on PC, and fans are obviously hoping for God of War as well to make it to PC someday. Now, what's really interesting is a couple days back, Demon's Souls was spotted on a PlayStation Store database for PS4, which is very interesting as well, because a lot of people were taking this as meaning that that they are going to downport the game to the PlayStation 4, which, to be honest with you, doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because first of all, the game was only 1440p on the PS5 to begin with, and had to do like the performance mode and stuff like that. So I don't know what would be needed to put it on the PS4, or why there would be a need to put it on PS4. So a recent leak has shown that data for the Demon's Souls PS4 port was found in a database, possibly confirming that before it was slated to be a PlayStation 5 title, the title was originally going to come out on PlayStation 4. While the PS4 release could still happen, but nothing can be said for sure. More importantly, what does this mean for other PlayStation 5 games coming out? Demon's Souls originally came out for the PlayStation 3 in 2009, and was the game that catapulted From Software into stardom. With the game being renowned for its high difficulty, the game's servers shut down permanently some years ago, but have now revived with the release of the remake. The game was one of PlayStation 5's launch titles, obviously, alongside other games like Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is another game that might have originally intended to be released on the PlayStation 4. However, just because the port data has been found doesn't mean that anything on it will be forthcoming. While there is data for Demon's Souls PS4 port available, the data could be disposed of at any time, especially since there's a significant chance that the remake may not run on Sony's satisfaction on the PlayStation 4, if it was ever intended to go there in the first place. Now, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, which just came out last week, was built from the ground up to take advantage of all PlayStation 5's different powers, including the haptic feedback system, better graphics, and faster load times. Other games like Returnal may have similar tech. While games are still coming out that can run on both PS4 and PlayStation 5, we'll likely see more and more games in the next year or two that are specifically intended just to run on the PlayStation 5 as Sony phases the PlayStation 4 out. So it's unlikely we'll ever see a Demon's Souls port on PS4, which makes a lot of sense to me because, again, you don't want to put all your reasons to actually own a PlayStation 5 out to pasture just because... for whatever reason. I saw a lot of interesting theories on this, right? One of the theories was that because there weren't enough PS5s out in the wild, that, they were going to, port this to the PlayStation 4 or whatever. But my rebuttal to that and will always be that there's more PlayStation 5s out in the wild right now than there were PlayStation 4 at the same point in time. Yet Sony did not port, Knack or Killzone Shadowfall or Infamous Second Son to the PS3. So I think that, that's kind of a bogus argument that people kind of are making or whatever. And, at the end of the day, I think it'll be nice to see, people kind of move on from that. I know for some reason Xbox fans tried to throw this up in my face, and I don't really understand that. Like, listen, I'm not a Souls person. I love the fact that so many people like these games, but for me personally, I don't really care about them. And, so obviously it going to PS4 wouldn't matter to me anyway. I think the obvious thought would be that it's a bad look for Sony simply due to the fact that, they keep promising all this stuff and generations and stuff like that. And again, we'll have to see if this actually works out. But, porting stuff down or whatever doesn't always work the way that people intend it to work. So, that might not even be an option long term or whatever. But yeah, very interesting stuff to say the least. And I have to admit that, as I kind of look at this and I go, oh, well, what's going on? I just think that, Sony obviously have a lot of plans in place for the next couple of few years. If you look at what's going on Microsoft's side, again, we find out some things that are unflattering almost on a daily basis about Xbox. And what I mean by that is, so the two games that they showcased off first for the Xbox Series X, which were Hellblade 2 and Everwild, both those games apparently very far away still. We got an update on Hellblade 2 today, and it's not even in full production yet. So that game is still years away. And unfortunately, it's a really sad state of affairs when they announce something that ends up being 5 years out. And then Everwild apparently got scrapped and they had to start over and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, basically what we're seeing is that game's probably not till 2024, 2025 as well, which is very unfortunate, So we were kind of, a lot of us, fooled and misled into the situation with these games, like Microsoft showed off these games, and apparently just were really kind of going off on this kind of stuff. Oh, guess what, it's going to come back, they believe in generations, blah blah blah. I don't know. I think that is really weird and kind of a strange thing, but anyway, when it's all said and done, I think Sony's going to have some last laughs, and it's exciting to see what the future holds for these new consoles. And I think that's really going to happen sooner rather than later, excuse me. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys excited about a possible From Software exclusive coming to the PlayStation 5? Spiritual successor to Bloodborne? Let me know. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.